What is best in life? To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of their women.
All right. What is it? Tuesday night? Must be the Tuesday night Radio Baloney Live. I am your host, Richie Baloney. This will be our last live stream, I think, for like 2 weeks now. Maybe I can squeeze one in from the road studio. We'll have to see. Maybe I might be able to, but probably not. This will probably be the last one for a couple of weeks, and that's okay. I need a break. My brain. I have a problem with my brain.
I ain't got a good brain.
I need to rest my brain. So probably we'll be doing that. How's everybody doing? We got Spambot, we got Izzy, we got Rosie, we got Brian over on YouTube. Good to see you guys. All right, let's get into the menu first. We shall go over the stories we're going to cover tonight just very briefly, just to let you know what's coming up. Then we're going to go back to the chat, say hello to everybody, and then we will go back to these stories and cover them in detail. We've got to talk about Somali daycares. Somali daycares are crazy. They're so crazy. Yeah, we got a lot to go on this. It's just a gift that keeps on giving. It's amazing. I kind of like their fraud, although apparently it's not going to keep giving the fraud now because they got caught. AI, now they got these crazy drone things, these crazy like dragon drone things and stuff. And it's just a matter of time until they connect, I don't know, cannons and like machine guns and stuff to them and grenade launchers. Skynet's coming, folks. We have more about the situation in the UK with this incredibly embarrassing situation that they have of bringing in this, I don't know, like communist revolutionary Egyptian guy who it turns out also hates white people, especially the British. But there was much ballyhoo about bringing him home to the UK. They gave him British citizenship and everything. And I guess they all thought he was just another like lovey lefty. And it turns out, no, he's a monster, a moral monster who hates them, who calls them pigs and monkeys. Pigs and monkeys. We shall get into that. Crazy times. We got some memes here, of course. We're going to do our meme review. And yeah, there's lots of good stuff in there. Liberal spending. So I saw this here. I saw this article here. Mark Carney says Justin Trudeau blew $200 billion on a failed climate strategy. Well, guess what? Mark Carney was advising him from 2020 up until the day he left. So maybe Mark Carney had a little bit to do with that as well. We're going to go through this. There's a lot here. There's a lot of fraud and waste, and we're going to spend some time on that. and you will be more depressed after that than you were before if you're in Canada. Let's say we've got, I don't know, a sandal jihadi in the middle of winter in Winnipeg carrying around his ISIS flag. So that's not a good sign. I don't know what his plans are for New Year's. I'm guessing not good, and I won't make any jokes about exploding. But he probably plans to explode. Let's see. And then we got the last one of the evening, the last tab, which is a bunch of stuff you guys sent in and a couple of things I found myself. There's some Joe Rogan in there, and I think there's some comedy, and then there's like a lady tennis player trying to beat a man tennis player, and well, it goes exactly as you'd think. Not good. Not good. I must have more in here. Did I update this to all the new stuff? Oh yeah, here we go. So we got lots of stuff in here that you guys sent in. Lots and lots. And don't blame me, everybody, when we get to this part. It's your fault. You sent them in. All right. Now I just would like to say, for those of you watching on YouTube, everybody else, don't worry about it. Just YouTube. There's a second channel on YouTube, Radio Baloney News. It is the featured channel on this channel. You can find it on the homepage of this channel. Go subscribe to it. Go do it immediately. All the world news, U.S. news, UK, woke mind virus, meme reviews. Look at all these wonderful videos down here that you can only get on the second channel, which is called Radio Baloney News. Look at this meme review. Just today that went up. Look at this. Unhinged crap going on in the UK. Aussie social media ban. UK thought crime. Unbelievable wokeness. All kinds of wonderful stuff. Please go and subscribe there. The algorithm will literally never show you that channel or any of these videos unless you do that. So you have to do it. Now, all right. That could be your New Year's resolution, but do it early. My New Year's resolution is to become more set in my ways. More set in my ways. Even more. I wasn't set in my ways enough last year. This year, 2025. Or the year before. So this year, I promise, I've made a promise to myself, I will become even more set in my ways and angry at everything that I don't like and that's new and that confuses me in any way. I think it's achievable. All right, what's going on? So as everybody knows, we're streaming right now on YouTube, on Rumble, primarily on Rumble. We're streaming on X, we're streaming on Locals. And when you subscribe to the channel, obviously you get free good karma. When you become a subscriber, you get karma. A channel member, you get good karma. When you give me money, you get good karma. But when you like the stream as well, that's such an easy way to get free good karma. And when you're one of the first, you get extra. So let's see. I mean, we're still kind of in the holidays now, so I'm just going to give out extra. Spambot got number one. That's 10 good karmas for Spambot. Instead of 10 in the holidays, that's nice. That's like the best Christmas ever. Izzy got 2. That's 9 good karmas for you. Rosie got 3. That's 8 good karmas for you, Rosie. 8. 2 weeks of extra productivity. Is that because I'm not going to be streaming? Rosie's got to go walk the dogs. Spambot got number 1 on X2, so that's 20 good karmas for. I mean, that's so much. He could do something totally crazy and it'll work out just fine because of all that good karma. All right. Well, I guess that's it. I guess we'll just get into the story, shall we? Should we just get into our stories? You guys ready for our stories? Let's go. Somalia. I heard it's a hellhole, Somalia. It seems like they've imported just a part of the hellhole into the United States. Well, a lot of countries, actually. What's going on here? Minnesota AG Keith Ellison said the quiet part out loud during his congressional campaign. Well, this is very interesting. You might wonder, why do you have these communities that appear to only exist to rip off Americans, to certainly not assimilate, but to basically just hate everybody else and rip them off? Why? Well, let's find out.
The election is very important.
Yes, it is.
So can you tell us why the Somali communities are very important for the election?
Well, the Somali community is critical. In my own election, I wouldn't be in office without the help of the Somali community. Somali voters came out in very large numbers and were able to register people to vote. Very recently there,
He couldn't have gotten elected without the Somali community. So is this why they just let them do anything, including steal billions of dollars? Is that why? I think it probably is, isn't it?
I think there was several thousand Somalis who were just naturalized as U.S. citizens. Yeah. Somalis can make a huge impact on this election. And I can tell you without a doubt, it's not just in Minnesota that Somalis make a big difference in the election. Also in Ohio, which is a battleground state. Somalis that are in Columbus, Ohio, and in Virginia all have a role.
They're all over the U.S. attempting to destroy your country, I guess. Oh, I don't know. Don't seem to be helping much. Hold on, we'll get to that guy last. So the Quality Learing Center in Minneapolis is now trucking in children. So they're trucking in the children now after Nick Shirley's viral video. It's according to the New York Post. This is posted by Cullen Rugg. Let's see. The Post reports that the parking lot at the infamous Quality Learing Center is now bustling with kids. Well, what's going on? Let's check this out. Sure, it's all very above board at the Quality Learing Center.
Allegations. Is there fraud going on here? No, it's a video. I just want to know what's your response.
What's the problem?
Huh?
Get the out of here.
What's your response to the allegations? Is there fraud going on here? And is there children? That's all.
Don't harass me over here.
Allegations. Is there?
So they don't know how to spell, but they do know how to swear at people, at Americans who are asking about their obvious fraud at the Quality Learing Center. So there's two things possible here, in my mind. Either they're completely illiterate and probably can't read at all, actually. And I mean, you couldn't pull up every day and see Quality Learing Center and just not notice it. I mean, you couldn't do that every day and just never notice it. So I'm thinking they're probably completely illiterate. And and I'm sure like if you're a parent driving up, you would notice that they're illiterate and also the things they complete scam. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I guess like some people, it wouldn't bother them to drop their kids off with illiterates, people that are illiterate all day. I guess, maybe, probably not. Let's see. Governor Tim Walz, October 20th, 2023. Minnesota's economy doesn't work without child care providers, so we're giving them a raise. But what if the children are imaginary and they're just ripping you off? And then, well, what are they doing with the money? Well, they're sending it to Somalia partially, but they're also sending it to people like Tim Walz. But we'll get back to that. Holy crap, Tim Walz flat out admitted it. We have more refugees per capita than any other state. That's not just morally a good thing. It's our economic and cultural future. When they announce the invasion, listen to them prosecute Tim Walz. Is he going to tell us as well that replacement theory is just a conspiracy theory? I don't know. Is he going to tell us that the replacement is a conspiracy theory? Let's take a look here.
We're a state of immigrants that values that. We have more refugees per capita than any other state. That's not just morally a good thing. It's our economic and cultural future. This beautiful diversity we see out in Worthington when I'm there, you see 50 languages spoken in the school, and you see every storefront filled with different types of foods, different types of businesses that are happening. Minnesota needs to continue to do that. The office of governor can set the tone on that. We're going to continue.
50 languages spoken? How is that supposed to be a strength? A bunch of people who can't understand each other? That just sounds like total dysfunction.
continue to need to diversify. We're going to have to put policies in place that make sure we're attracting teachers of color so that students of color have someone that they understand, look like, think like, see like in front of them.
Well, hopefully not spell like. The Learing Center, for example.
As well as other students. We are doing it in Minnesota. We're a state of immigrants that
How did that become something you could just say in the open? That, like, you need to hire teachers of color because otherwise the kids won't be able to learn because the teacher doesn't look like them, doesn't speak like them, blah, blah, blah. Because they're all exactly the same. I mean, Tim Walsh is telling us, right? All people of color are exactly the same. They're basically all exact clones of each other, identical clones of each other. They all think exactly the same. They can't even understand people who don't look like them. Don't you see that? This is the actual racism. Oh, we've got mad. The West has gone completely mad. And the fact that this communist, frankly, just communist, this Droopy the Dog communist, I'm Tim Walsh, I'm a communist, brr, I hate being white, brr. I really, he's just the face of civilization burning to ashes. That's what he is. Oh, he says that, what did he say at the beginning here?
use that. We have more refugees per capita than any other state. That's not just morally a good thing. It's our economic and cultural future.
Really? I'll show you your economic future. Let's see. I have his economic future down here. Let's see. Welfare use rates in Minnesota by households with children. Let's see. So native households with children down here, 30%. That's still way too high. That's for any form, right? Somali immigrant households with children, 89%. 89%. Somali immigrant households with children greater than 10 years in the U.S. So these are people that have been in the United States for more than 10 years. 86% are on some kind of welfare. So this is the economic future that Tim Walsh promises Minnesotans, working to support Somalians. Great. Can't get enough of that diversity, can you? So great. Hold on, what do we got here? Let's see. Elon Musk says this is exactly what's happening. So what's he talking about? From Arthur McWaters, let me get this straight. Somali immigrants get billions in taxpayer dollars for free for fraudulent daycares. In exchange, they fund Democratic candidates with the free money. Democratic politicians, Walsh, Omar, etc., ensure fraudulent payments continue. How is this not instant jail? It's mad, isn't it? It's just madness. Adult Care LLC, Lucky Child Care Center. What's Egal Asley? I don't know. Yeah, Helping Hands. So it looks like that money is being recycled back. It's being laundered or something. I don't know. Something crazy is going on there. Let's see. Eric Doherty. So, yeah, mainstream media is not going to help with this. Let's see. MS Now just claimed the Somali fraud is made up by President Trump. What? And is only a focus because the government is being weaponized. Weaponized. All right, let's hear this. These people are just mindless at this point. It's just, let's listen.
Sure. So these were funds that were meant to go to help feed hungry people during the COVID pandemic, to help keep people in their homes who were at risk of homelessness. So first of all, if there is fraud there, that should be fully investigated, no matter where it is, whether it's in a Democratic-led state, a Republican-led state. I mean,
what if it's Somalians? Should it be then?
Let's pull back. So absolutely, it should be investigated. The question is, why is this a priority in a different kind of way? The politicization of the
Is it because it's tens of billions of dollars?
DOJ and the FBI is undeniable. So whether they are reliable narrators is the big question. And this is what happens when you weaponize and politicize federal agencies that are not meant to be, politicized. And I think the American people are right to ask the question, well,
who is supposed to find out about, who's supposed to prosecute fraud exactly? Like, you can't ever do it if it's just people that if it's inconvenient politically for people like this, just don't. Otherwise, it's being weaponized. Just turn away and you're racist. Endless message. Let's see. All right. I think we already saw that. Yes, we did. All right. Let's see. There's one other thing I had here. What was it connected to? There's that guy. Hold on. Oh, we're going to go back to him in a minute. All right. So let's, all right, here. This is what I wanted. All right. So from Kittenwaffen, don't believe it. The UN wrote a 157-page downloadable PDF in 2001 titled Replacement Migration. Yes, written by the same entities that tell you that it's a baseless conspiracy theory. Huh. See, I assumed it wasn't a baseless conspiracy theory, considering that, like, every politician, including like every leftist politician, including like Tim Walz, says that it's happening and that it's a great thing. Let's see, population division, the population division of the United Nations. I don't know. I feel like a lot of what they do just sounds like it's just cooked up by supervillains. The population division. Department of Economic and Social Affairs, United Nations Secretariat, Replacement Migration, United Nations. Well, let's check this out. Uh-oh, gone. Not there. The item you requested had an error. Item cannot be found. So I guess we can't look at that now. That link suddenly, I'm assuming when this was this post was put out, that it led to something. And then shortly afterwards, it no longer leads to something. So, which means everything's totally cool, by the way. That's what that means. Wow. Yeah. Not good. What's this guy? Here's Terrence K. Williams. I think he's been on Tim Pool a bunch of times. Is he the guy who has the pancakes? Cousin T's, that's right. So, yeah, I've seen him on Tim Pool a bunch of times. And he's got pancakes, which are apparently delicious. Comedian and founder of Cousin T's. All right. So he did a video here. And let's see about these daycare. These Somalian daycares. Let's take a peek.
Hello, my name is T. Omar, and I need a loan for $2 million for my child care facility. We teach things 24/7. Yeah, and I come here to this country, and I take care of you kids. And I just need some damn money. Can somebody, I'm Somalian, damn it. Cause listen, I've been working my ass off every damn day. I can't get a loan from the government. Can I get $18 billion damn dollars? Damn it, I'm Somalian. Give me some damn, somebody put some damn money in my damn pocket. I'm Somalian shit, okay? Put some money in my pocket. I guess you gotta be Somalian to get paid around this damn thing. Give me some damn money. Where my damn teeth go? Okay, I need $2 million, please. Hello.
He must be one of those white supremacists that we've heard so much about. All right. So, all right. Well, we're done with that. Let's get back to the chat. All right. What do you guys got to say? Brian Watson says, how you doing, Brian? Says, England is a mess. We're getting close. Well, we're going to be doing some England stuff as well. Already done that. Walking the dogs. Izzy says, not to worry, the Somalians here in Canada are all honest. All honest. Let's see. I think they had a problem with some of them in Edmonton 5 or 6 years ago, I think. Let's see. Cross says, gonna leer me. Leer me. Albany Voss, how you doing? Over on YouTube. Look at Wall's house if you want to know if he's taking kickbacks. They all are. Apparently they all are. Izzy says, but Richie, he just said diversity is our strength. I know, they keep saying that. Let's see. Let's see. Izzy says, I'm sure nobody knew anything about it. In fact, you're racist for noticing. That's what they keep saying. There's a lot of things that's very racist to notice. All right, let's go here. So now here's these new crazy drones, and they're like, they can do lots of stuff. A Defense Index, Japan. Engineers at the University of Tokyo revealed Dragon, a shape-shifting flying robot that can reconfigure itself mid-air. Its modular design allows it to adapt for different tasks and lift over 3 kilograms, a rare capability for drones of this type. So adapt for different tasks. Do you mean like terminating all of humanity? Like that? Because eventually, like I'm telling you right now, eventually that's what's going on. These things are just going to be, they're getting better and better. You've seen these Tesla robots, right? They're getting better and better, and they're already basically perfect for terminating all of humanity, right? They're using them in the Ukraine-Russia war a lot. That's the future. Eventually, these things will all be hooked up to Skynet, and that's it. Then we're done. And then all of our sexy made robots, again, they're also going to go as well. They'll all be hooked up to the same central AI. And, it'll be great for a while, and then they'll terminate us. And what will they do afterwards? I don't know. Maybe they'll just start trying to find like other worlds with, organic, life there, and then terminate that, I guess. I don't know. Just do that over the whole universe. So anyway, I see this stuff, and yeah, it's amazing. It is amazing, but it's amazingly terrifying is what it is. All right, is that all we got for this? What's going on here? Here's some dancing rope terminators there. So they've got some dancing terminators. Is this in Japan or is this in China? Robots in China. So here are Chinese dancing terminators. So right now they're dancing. They're just dancing, not terminating, not doing any terminating at all, at least not in this clip. So they're just doing the dancing now. But I can assure you, eventually they will dance and then terminate you. You'll say, wow, these things are really impressive, really advanced, and then you get terminated. That's it. So anyway, that kind of sucks. It kind of sucks. Our horrific dystopian future. All being terminated by our sexy nurse and maid robots. Really, once they come out, I mean, I have to be honest here. I just have no further use for women. Not whatsoever. At least I'll get terminated with a smile on my face. Paul Mitchell posted this. So, Keir Starmer has returned. He's brought back an Egyptian communist revolutionary who's never lived in the UK, but he was imprisoned in Egypt, and I don't know, he's kind of a lefty, so became a cause celeb amongst all of the idiot, elite class and entertainment class in the UK, and they all demanded he be pardoned by the Egyptian government and brought to England. And none of them bothered to take a look at any of his social media posts, which say things like, where are they? Let's see. Random shooting of white males should convince them that racism costs lives. Wow, what logic. I'm telling you that I hate white people. He says this. He also calls white people monkeys and pigs. And he wants them all to die. So England is the perfect place, right? He also says specifically that he hates the English. So perfect place for him. And he wrote all of this when he was just a naive young man, of like 35. Let's see. Now, the big well, I'll let Keir Starmer tell us about here. Why was he so upset about this guy being imprisoned over there? He must have done something really bad. Let's listen.
And can I start by raising the case of Alaa Abdul Fattah?
Yes.
As the Prime Minister knows and has said, he's a British citizen, jailed for the crime of posting on social media and been imprisoned in Egypt for most of the last...
Jailed for the crime of what?
Yes.
As the Prime Minister knows and has said, he's a British citizen, jailed for the crime of posting on social media.
Jailed for the crime of posting on social media. Get him to England immediately. Get him to the UK immediately. Let's see. What does he say here? This is from August 6, 2024. I'm sure he's railing against people being imprisoned and arrested for posting things on social media here, right?
Over 400 people now have been arrested. 100 have been charged, some in relation to online activity, and a number of them are already in court.
So I don't understand. So does he have to send those people to Egypt now? I don't get it. So he's very proud there of arresting people for social media posts. And by the way, it's like 12,000 people a year that this happens to. Like here, Forbes, people are being thrown in UK prisons over what they've said online. Can free speech be saved? Not with him in charge, obviously. Not with him in charge. He's pretty happy about it. You just can't make it up. I mean, let's hear it again. He's very indignant here. He's very upset about this guy being arrested for social media posts.
The case of Alaa Abdul Fattah.
Yes.
As the Prime Minister knows and has said, he's a British citizen, jailed for the crime of posting on social media and been imprisoned in Egypt for most of the last...
So there is a cheat code here for the English, though. So when the police come knocking on their door because they've accurately described reality online, they can just say they're Egyptians. It'll be fine. Maybe put a little self-tanner on. They'll be fine. Starmer himself will help them out, right? He doesn't want to see, well, Egyptians being arrested for posting things online. Also, too, he set fire to a police station, and he's just generally a psychopath. This Egyptian guy, El Fattah is his name. What are these guys saying? Because, it turns out that in the UK, they've noticed the hypocrisy. Let's take a look.
I'm astonished about it, frankly. Look, this is a stupid tweet. I'm not trying to defend the tweet in any way. But 31 months, 2.5 years, is an astonishing sentence. And the thing is that the judge is not really publicly brought to book to explain. So, for instance, you could carry out Jeeves.
So she was jailed for 31 months for posting things online. The thing that upsets Keir Starmer so much. But he didn't say anything about an actual English person, actual British person being jailed for things they said online. Amazing.
Grievous bodily harm, attempted murder, or any of that stuff, and you wouldn't get 2.5 years. It's a very odd imbalance in the public eye of it. I would like to see this judge, who's the Recorder of Birmingham, so he's a KC, so he is obviously a substantial figure, right? I would like to see an explanation, because the major explanation that seems to be being handed down is that the Prime Minister and the Justice Secretary have indicated that they want to see harsh sentences for this kind of written stupid tweet or Facebook post. Mm-hmm. I am massively hostile to this. And when you think of the kind of people, the sex offenders who don't go to jail and the other people who don't go to jail, right?
All she had to do was tell the police she was an Egyptian revolutionary communist or something. Would have been fine. Oh, and just tell them also that she hates English people. That would have been good too. Just add that on. The draconian sentencing pushed for by two-tier Keir for social media posts is totally unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. And let's see, what are they saying here? Malevolent. Huh? It does seem kind of malevolent, doesn't it? He seems like a total hypocrite. He seems like just a liar and a scoundrel. But most commies are, aren't they? Let's see. 9th November 2022. Starmer complains to Rishi Sunak, so this is before Starmer was Prime Minister, that Fatah is a British citizen jailed for the crime of posting on social media. What? But, I mean, so did he not love it then? Did he not love people being imprisoned for social media then, but now he loves it? Or did he love it all the time? Or is he truly two-tier Keir who thinks that only the British deserve to be punished? With the Egyptian president, I raised the case of the British Egyptian citizen. They just gave him citizenship in 2021. All right. So it's not like he's returning to the UK. He's never lived there. I raised the case of the British Egyptian citizen, Ala Abd El Fattah. I know the whole House will share my deep concern about this case, which grows more urgent by the day. We will continue to press the Egyptian government to resolve the situation. We want to see Allah freed and reunited with his family as soon as possible. It makes you, if you are British, I'm sure this makes you sick. This makes you want to throw up seeing this. So that's Rishi Sunak there. Keir Starmer, I thank the Prime Minister for advance copy of his statement. May I start by raising the case of Ala Abd El Fattah. As the Prime Minister knows and has said, he is a British citizen jailed for the crime of posting on social media and has been imprisoned in Egypt for most of the last 9 years. It's not just posting on social media, by the way. And he's been at this point here, he'd been a British citizen for a year because he became a cause celeb, and then it was fashionable. It was all very fashionable. It's sickening, right? I think they just hate their own populations. I think people like Keir Starmer. All right, and let's end the UK part with this. So the red baiter, I'm finished with you now. White liberal women are a threat to the West's security. So women like this, it's baffling. It's absolutely baffling, their attitude. It's like they have no survival instinct. Or it's like deep down, they actually have these liberal white women. Deep down, they actually have a desire to be under the boot of a patriarchy. Like they actually subconsciously, they want that. So they want their governments to import people who will oppress them, like a genuine, real patriarchy. You know, a patriarchy that's not kidding around, a serious one. And that's what they're getting. Let's take a look.
Is it anti-immigration or illegal immigration? What do you say?
I don't think anybody's illegal.
That is such a stupid, vacuous statement. We keep hearing that. Do they not think that do they not have brains? I don't think anybody's illegal. I don't think we're using the words in the same sense here. Do you not realize that? What does that mean? Nobody's illegal. Well, are people citizens or not citizens? Do you have immigration law?
I hear this a lot. What makes refugees not illegal?
Because people aren't illegal.
Of course, but when they come into the country without passports, what can you do about that?
We can welcome them in. They're refugees, they're asylum seekers, they're fleeing persecution.
Right. And how do you...
No, they're not. They're economic migrants. They're economic migrants. And they're traveling through like a bunch of countries to get to your country because they know that you're suckers, because they know that there's lots of people like you, easy touches that they can rip off.
Feel about the taxpayer having to pay for that?
The taxpayer doesn't pay for that. I'm sitting.
The taxpayer doesn't pay for. These are the people that think food comes from the store. That's where it comes from. But what about before the store? Well, I get it from the store.
Apparently, the
Oh,
taxpayers.
and you hear this here. You see this here, right? Just totally dismissive. I'm finished with you now. I'm finished with you now. You know who's not finished with you? You dingbat? Reality. Reality is going to have a wake-up call for you if you actually get what you want. Just maddening. I would just happily watch civilization crumble around her, lose all of her rights, all of her feminist rights, and then cry and probably blame Winston Churchill or something. I don't know. Probably blame Tommy Robinson when she's lost everything. Just madness. Total madness. All right. Well, I guess that's everything we got there. All right. Let's go back to the chat. Yeah, these streams have been, there's not a ton in this stream either. Neither was the last one, but it's the time of year. There's not that much. So it's not going to be another, it's not going to be a 4-hour stream tonight, folks. But I've padded it out as much as I can. Let's go back to the chat. It's not padded, though. It's all good stuff. Don't worry about that. But in fact, it's probably going to be a more focused stream. So even better than the normal streams, even though it won't be quite as long. So no complaining. Let's see. Miles or Spambot was saying, I was watching Das Boot earlier today. Excellent movie. I'm trying to think back if I ever saw that. That's about a bunch of German soldiers who are in the Navy, and they go around in a giant boot, right? A giant boot? Nah. It's a submarine. It's a sub. Excellent movie, he says. I may have watched that years ago. I'm trying to remember. My brain don't work so good, so sometimes I have trouble with that. Spambot says locals timed out at 30 minutes again. Weird. I don't know what's going on there. I've got no idea. It's a little quiet in the chat tonight, I've noticed. What the hell's going on? Is it because of our proximity to New Year's Eve? Maybe. All right. Let me check the ads. We got lots of time. Let's take a look. Maybe I'll do an ad read. I haven't done one for a while. It's just that it's not really worth it when there's this many people, but let me do it. I mean, it's not worth it when there's 3 times as many people. But it's not letting me do it anyway. Fuck it. Let's see. Izzy says, yeah, where is everyone? I don't know. Is it just that time of year? Maybe more people will show up. We'll see. It's been a little light. It was a little light last time too. All right, let's do some memes, shall we? So, what have we got? Hazel Appleyard posted this. The Lamented posted this. So, Dylan Mulvaney stuns as she shows off her classic hourglass figure, leaving other women wondering how she does it and leaving men falling at her feet. And there's a big heart. Is this a joke? Hazel Appleyard says, is this the hourglass is the hourglass figure in the room with us right now? Is the hourglass figure in the room with us right now? That's not an hourglass figure. That is a, I don't know, serial killer in a dress figure, perhaps. What's an hourglass figure? Let's look it up. I should have pulled this up earlier. Hold on. I think I know. Well, I think I know what we're looking for here. There we go. Here we go. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Okay, hold on. I might as well just put this back on. Okay, so Marilyn Monroe had an hourglass figure. So let's go. Let's see if we can just find. Here we go. Ooh, saucy. She was a looker. Do we have anything? Well, that's just a headshot there, but we need the actual figure. All right. Well, that's not going to work. Let's see. Again, we're not getting quite the right shot here. Let's see. There she is there. But again, I want the actual. See, you're getting a bit more here. So this is an hourglass figure, even though we need the full. We need a. Here we go. See, this is an hourglass figure here. That's it's voluptuous, right? Very feminine, soft, and nice, right? That's an hourglass figure. That is, again, a psychopath in a dress, I think. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like, what do you call the aliens? Grays? It looks like a gray in a dress, right? I'm sure Dylan Mulvaney is perfectly nice. I'm sure. Hourglass figure, no. That's just a skinny man in a dress. So, was this facetious? Is this a joke? I feel like maybe it was. Maybe this person was joking. Because there's no other explanation for it, quite frankly. Let's see. Memes to save. I organized our base, bro. So this is Minecraft here. So I guess people spend like their whole, it's like a whole separate life in Minecraft, and they build these bases and stuff. They organize them. I organized our base, bro. And then there you go. That's his actual life. Not organized. Pretend fantasy world, organized. Real life, not looking great. Let's see, Planet of Memes. The Quality Learing Center finally got their sign fixed. So let's see, Quality Learing Center. That's not spelled right. Let's see. Learning Center. Oh, here we are. Fixed. Quality Laundering Center. Laundering Center. There you go. Perfect. Now they've got it. Now you're on the trolley. Nice. Now you do have to, you have to say, you have to give them a little bit of a break, the Somalians, because they are all totally illiterate. So when they pick up the sign that says Quality Learing Center, they can't read it. So, I mean, maybe it's not all, but certainly the one who picked up that sign can't read. Perfect person to watch your children. Let's see. What's this? New year, me. New year, new me. New year, new me. There's a cat there, but there's something else. New year, new mental issues. That can't just be me. That can't just be me. Let's see. What's going on here? Politi-Rican. All right. Privately funded ballroom. So the privately funded ballroom that Trump is building in the White House. Legacy media watching that very closely. What is he doing? Privately funding a new ballroom at the White House. Oh, no. That's got to be something. He must be some sort of fascist dictator. Let's see. Taxpayer-funded billion-dollar fraud operation. Quality Learing Center. Legacy media is not, all of a sudden, they're blind. They have no idea. Do any of them roll around at night unable to sleep, going, oh, God, I feel so dirty. I feel so bad. I feel so terrible. Did any of them ever do that? Do they go, I became a journalist because I wanted to make a difference, I wanted to do the right thing, and now I'm just a propagandist. It just feels so wrong. I feel so dirty. Tomorrow I'm gonna actually be a real journalist, like I wanted to be when I was a kid. No, you won't. No, you won't. You're gonna pick up your check like everybody else. But honestly, I mean, they all know that they're lying, right? Like, let me tell you a story, okay? So a friend of mine sent out a Christmas package and I don't know why she had to send it to me, but then I was supposed to take it to somebody else's house for her. And I don't know why I don't know. All right. But anyway, it came to me, right? And I got it like, I think it was like the 22nd or 23rd or something. I got it. I put it to the side and immediately forgot about it. And then she texted me this morning and she says, "Did you get the package?" And I said, "Yes." And then she texted, "When did you get it?" And then I tried to call her and then she didn't answer, couldn't answer. And then she texted again, "When did you get it?" And I went, God damn it. She's going to be mad at me. Forgot about it because I still had it. And I think she'd like FedExed it as well, so it cost her extra money. And I never do this. I pride myself on never lying. Like it's a thing. Like I don't lie. I never lie. I never lie. And it's a big part of staying sober as well. It's personal accountability. But for some reason, I was just like, God, she's got to be mad because I did this. I said, I texted back, "I got it yesterday." That was a lie. And then she texted back immediately, "Really? That's strange." Well, okay. And then I just felt so bad. I texted back. I said, "I lied. I got it like a week ago. I put it to the side and completely forgot about it. I'm sorry." Because I couldn't live with that little lie. And I'm telling you, that's like the first lie I've told in like 8 years. Certainly the biggest lie. Well, I'm sure I've told some white lies here and there. I mean, but I try not to because it's a bad thing. It's just bad. It leads you down a bad road. Every lie you tell just makes the next one that little bit easier, and it's just a slippery slope. So you should always endeavor not to lie, even about trivial stuff. Right? And anyway, I took it over today, and everything worked out okay. Right? But I felt bad just from that one thing. And then I felt better, but I'm mad at myself. Why do it? Why do that? Just for the slight discomfort of admitting, you know what? I forgot, so I kind of blew it. Right? And I felt bad. Imagine being like Rachel Maddow. Imagine being Rosie Barton on the CBC or whoever's on BBC. Just one of these just propaganda robots. They'll just read anything that comes off of the teleprompter. Jake Tapper. And it's just day after day, just the compounding lies. Do they know nothing other than what comes up on their teleprompters or whatever sheet that their producer gives them at the beginning of the segment? Do they know nothing else? Like, do they try to shield themselves from reality so that they don't know that they're lying? Because it messes them up so much. If they actually knew that they were lying, it would be so damaging to them psychologically. I don't know. But I can't imagine that. Just being one of these people, just their job is just to lie day in, day out. And yeah, Nick Shirley should not be the one uncovering the billions of dollars fraud. All right. Let's move on. Planet of Memes. Someone explained to me why we are still paying taxes. That's a good one. Just paid my taxes. He's happy. And then feels good to fund fraud. He's got that pain smile. He's trying to make the best of it, but it hurts. It hurts him inside. Feels good to fund fraud. The thing is, there are lots of people that are perfectly happy to. Right? If it means they're not going to get called a name, an ist, or a phobe or something, they're perfectly happy to fund fraud as long as they don't get called mean names. It's absolutely weird. It's weird how weak-minded so many people are. There, he's just got that. You can see the pain inside of him. Pain inside of him. He doesn't want to say anything. People might call him a name. Let's see. What's this from Pure Heart posted this? Hold on a minute. I'm downloading some celebrity opinions. Dog shit and celebrity opinions are actually, I believe, like like on a molecular level, the same thing, right? Although I guess celebrity opinions don't have a molecular structure, but the celebrities do. Same thing. Same thing. I mean, their time is really up, though, now, isn't it? Nobody listens to the celebrities anymore. Nobody actually cares. They're just embarrassing themselves at this point. Oh, George Clooney. Who do you want to win? Who do you want to win the 2024 election? Kamala Harris. You're big on Kamala Harris, huh? Oh, that's nice. Oh, no, I won't be voting for her. I'm not a celebrity dingbat. I'm not a champagne socialist, so you could go fuck yourself, George Clooney. Oh, no, I won't be voting for her. Oh, no, Sean Penn, I won't be voting for her. I'm not an idiot. That's what people would say. I don't know. Who voted? What was the celebrity that voted for Mark Carney? What was the celebrity that voted for Mark Carney? I mean, I'm sure all of the Canadian celebrities did. I just can't think of any. We have that problem these days. It's been a while since we had like big Canadian celebrities, right? Oh, Mike Myers. Mike Myers came and did the video for Mark Carney. Are you voting for Mark Carney, Mike Myers? Oh, yes, I am. I'm a celebrity, and I'm going to come do a spot for him. I'm very powerful. People really care about my opinion. Who are you going to vote for? Not Mark Carney, you fucking moron. Now go back to L.A., where you live. You spent 15 minutes here doing that spot. You can go home now. What's going on here? I'm swearing a lot, by the way. Swearing a lot. It's because of I'm angry. It's because I've got all this anger built up because I'm a right wing. I'm a scary right winger. Let's see. Something, I don't know what the hell that means. Let's see. What's going on here? Hey, bro, don't make it obvious, but look at that girl in the squat rack. Okay, let's take a look. Look at that girl in the squat rack. Let's take a look. Oh, yeah. Don't make it obvious. Yeah. I think that's the best way. Make it obvious, right? Don't be deceptive and let everybody know where they stand. Everybody know where they stand. Where is he? Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Let's see. Oh, did we already do that? Is that the last of them? Is that all of them? Oh, here we go. Elon Musk commented on this one. He said, "This one doesn't exactly require Sherlock Holmes to figure it out. Just someone who is brave and cares," which is no mainstream journalist. Beeple says, "There will be signs." Let's see. Well, there's the sign. Uncle Timmy's Learing Center. Center for kids who can't read good. Can't read good. There's Uncle Timmy. And look, all those bags of cash with kids' faces on them. Huh. Everyone poops he's reading to the money, to the bags of money, because there's no actual children there. Huh. At the Learing Center. At the Learing Center. Center for kids who can't read good. Or just no kids at all. Let's see. Did we have another thing in here? There we go. For kids who can't read good. There he is. Quality Learing Center. But how will they fit in? How will they fit in the school? All right. So what's the next one here? All right, we did that one. We did this one. Is that it? Let's see. Well, here's one. Kind of a blurry one here. Deep Scotch. There's Mark Carney. He's got a crown on his head there. And I said about Mark Carney during the election, I said that he parachuted in from the EU. He hadn't lived in Canada for most of his adult life, but he parachuted in from the EU, and he was greeted by the mainstream media. He was greeted by the mainstream media in Canada, who put a crown on his head and a sword in his hand, and they put him on a throne, and they said, he's the one who's going to lead us against the evil orange man. This is your new Emperor Canada. And they just gave him, I don't know, tens of millions, $1 billion worth of free propaganda and support. He says, who needs an election when I have all of you? Toronto Star, CTV, CBC Global. Well, sadly, he didn't need anything more than this. He didn't need a personality. He didn't need any kind of realistic plan. He just needed them having his back, telling Canadians how great he was, how smart he is. He's an economic genius. I mean, look at all these credentials. Now, don't look behind the credentials. Don't look at things he's actually done. Definitely don't do that. You'd be like far right or a conspiracy theorist if you actually knew anything about him. Just the credentials. Those are impressive, right? Thanks, Toronto Star, CTV, CBC Global. Thanks. I can't wait for you to never get another penny of taxpayer money ever again. Let's see. What's going on here? So who posted this? Mark Johnson. When you started as a prison colony and realize you're going to end as one too. There you go. You call that. That's not a hate speech law. This is a hate speech law. Crikey. It's genuinely sad to see the pacification of the Australians. I mean, it's sad to see the pacification of the Canadians as well and the British, but I think they're going to turn it around in the UK. They're going to turn it around. They are. They're going to turn it around. Maybe reform is the start. Let's see. I think we did this one last time. Franklin doesn't give a shit anymore. You can call Franklin all the names you like. He doesn't care. He's heard them before. He realizes they're all just incantations. They're all just magic spells. All right. Well, that's it for memes. Wow, and we're an hour in. An hour in. What was this? Oh, we're going to get some liberal spending next. But first, do we have any more chat? Is it picked up at all? Let's take a look. Let's see. What is going on? What are you guys saying? I'm glad to see it's picked up a little bit. Izzy says that was a boob. That wasn't just any boob. That was a Marilyn Monroe boob, which are the best. They're the best boobs. Beautiful American Marilyn Monroe boobs. The best, the beautiful big boob. JJ Nevada said, nice. It was nice. It was nice. Nice indeed. Let's see. JJ Nevada just got home. Everybody a big round of applause for JJ. Let's see. Izzy says, how did you get a picture of my room? Are you the guy cleaning up the Minecraft room? Let's see. JJ Nevada said, those commies are soulless. Well, I think as everybody knows, commies don't have souls. Correct? That's why they're commies. Let's see. Nevada says lies bring bad karma. They do. Really bad. So I still feel bad. It still bothers me. And over something that's really quite trivial too. I mean, that was a step back for me. That was ethically, morally, even sobriety. That was a step back for me. So I cannot let that happen again. Even though I rectified it very quickly. As he says, yeah, and it's hard to keep track of them when you make a habit of it. Exactly. JJ Nevada makes a really important point here. Maybe the most important point of all. He said, hit that like button. Get your free good karma right now, folks. Do it. Everybody loves that almost New Year good karma. Nevada says 2026 is do or die for the U.S. with the midterms. Well, if the Democrats win the midterms, Trump won't be able to get very little done his last 2 years. And then you got to wait till 2028, hopefully get Vance, but that's not guaranteed either, right? As he says, I don't support funding half the BS the government spends money on. An awful lot of waste, right? Awful lot of waste. Rosie got back with the dogs. Good. Sun jump. Very nice. Very good. Glad to have you back, Rosie. Let's see. Uncle Timmy's, Nevada says. Izzy says the Learing Center meme. Learing Center will live on for a long time, I'm sure. It's a classic. It really is. I mean, it is just right now, it's the symbol of corruption, is it not? Of just obvious corruption in plain sight. That's what's so disturbing, right? Is that when it's in plain sight like that, just nobody in authority cares. Your journalists don't care. The media doesn't care. Nobody cares. It's disturbing. So what are we going on here? Toronto Morning. Let's see. Mark Carney says Justin Trudeau blew $200 billion on a failed climate strategy. Well, let's take a look. So Laurie Goldstein here in the Toronto Sun. Mark Carney says Justin Trudeau blew $200 billion on a failed climate strategy. Well, it's interesting because Mark Carney had been advising Justin Trudeau since 2020, which was well reported in the Canadian media. In fact, it was seen as a very good thing because Mark Carney's so smart and all. Let's say, under Trudeau's plan, Canada was never going to meet its targets, and it's reasonable to assume the PM has known that for a long time. And even if Canada did meet its targets, it would not have changed the weather one bit. Canada's a drop in the bucket in terms of global emissions. After years of nonsense spouted by Canada's Liberal government, Prime Minister Mark Carney acknowledged in year-end interviews with CBC that, quote, Canada is not going to reach our 2030 and 2035 climate targets under former PM Justin Trudeau's climate change plan. Well, see, Justin Trudeau wasted $200 billion, and that wasn't enough, right? So that wasn't enough to meet the target. So Carney's taking a look at the math. I mean, he's an economic genius. He's taking a look at the math and going, well, maybe we should spend $1 trillion. That'll do it. I don't know. He says in his book Values it costs $2 trillion for Canada to meet his stringent climate goals. $2 trillion. $2 trillion. That's what he wrote in his book that he published like 4 years ago. All right. This post here says from Tanglefoot's Dailies says perhaps nothing is getting done because the federally funded Canadian Climate Institute is run out of this 12 by 14 foot office in downtown Toronto with 0 employees working at 2:30 p.m. I verified this address personally, says. Well, let's take a look.
And how much would these spaces be? If I was guessing, I'd say this $1,600 per month. That sounds about right. More size dependent. Yeah, of course. Okay. This is really nice. How much would these?
So I think it was the second one there. Let's go. What does this sign say? Oh, hold on. Oh, that says something climate on there. Climate. So that's got to be it there. Very small. Well, what do we know about this Canadian Climate Institute? Let's see. They got $500,000 in December 5th, 2022. 2023, they got $30 million. $30 million in 2023. I mean, that's a lot of not changing the weather at all and wasting everybody's money. So these are the only 2 that are in there. So that's $30 million in 2023 and $500,000 in 2022. I don't know if there's more to add to this in 2024 and 2025. I'm assuming this will be populated with more huge amounts of waste. Let's see. Justice and equity statement from the Canadian Climate Institute. Canadian Climate Institute. Justice and equity statement. Thank God they've got that. Thank God they've got a justice and equity statement. Let's see. They talk about Black, Indigenous, people of color, lower income people, all of the alphabet. Plus, they got, why is there 2 Qs? Is that like a typo or is there 2 Qs now? Is it like queer and queerer? I don't know. And the plus. The plus is for the stuff that they know exists. They just don't want to tell us yet. People with disabilities and others. So we acknowledge that systemic injustices and inequities stemming from historical colonization and ongoing discrimination. Historical colonization. Do you mean like roads and electricity and modern dentistry and all of the things that all of you enjoy, that everybody enjoys? And in fact, nobody wants to go back to living a hunter-gatherer lifestyle again and dying at 35. Is that the historical colonization we're talking about? Ongoing discrimination. I haven't seen any evidence of any discrimination except against the people that they don't mention here. Oh, good Lord. It's just everything. As soon as you see this, by the way, you know that whatever this Climate Institute's purpose is, it's not really about that. It's about this now. It's about spreading the mind virus, right? It includes Black, Indigenous, people of color, lower income people, 2SL, blah, 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 people with disabilities, and others. Well, what about just like straight white males? Them? No. Oh, I forgot. They're evil and they're oppressing all these other people. They need to be protected from normal people trying to live their lives who would like to be left alone. Yeah. All right. So, I mean, this is all you have to see to know that, okay, this whole thing is just a complete waste, right? All of that $30 million completely wasted on woke garbage. Not that any of this has any chance of doing anything anyway. Like, Canada could disappear from the map tomorrow, and our 1% of global emissions is not going to change the weather in Beijing or in London, right? Or in Sydney. None of this, there is no point to any of this. It's an utter and total waste of time, and it's all fantasy land. What's going on here? So, a lot of wasted money. What do we got? 2 billion trees program, hundreds of millions committed, part of a broader nature-based solutions, but criticized for poor progress, inflated numbers, eventually winding down under successor governments as in effect. This is the one thing. If you want to talk about carbon capture, here, there's supposed to be 2 billion trees. That's the best carbon capture you're going to get. They couldn't even get that done, and now Carney has canceled it. That shows you how incompetent they are. Or maybe there's another reason they canceled it. I mean, he's very interested in the other kind of, Mark Carney is very interested in the other kind of carbon capture. You know, the kind that Canadian taxpayer dollars is going to have to be funneled into in subsidies. He's interested in that kind. I guess maybe none of his friends were going to make money from the trees being planted. I guess. I don't know. Electric vehicles subsidies and production support, $586 million annually in recent budgets for EV purchases and manufacturing, labeled as failing to deliver value. Well, you can't force people to buy the damn things. And besides, it was about $50 billion that was wasted by Trudeau on subsidies. On Mark Carney's advice, obviously. Canadian Infrastructure Bank, there's a $3.5 billion annual budget identified as non-performing and wasteful. What isn't? Like, it's a shorter list if you just say, what's the thing that wasn't non-performing and wasteful? It's just a blank page. International climate finance, $573 million for offshore gender responsive climate. Yes, the gender just rice in Burma or wherever it was. Climate and economic initiatives in Asia and South America, plus billions more in global pledges criticized as misdirected. While domestic needs persist, it's actually tens of billions of dollars. And all this, essentially woke money for other countries. Let's see, $10.7 billion in annual spending on failing initiatives. Yeah, here we go. But it's a totally new government now. It's a totally new government now under Mark Carney. Here he is giving $2.5 billion away to Zelensky, so Zelensky can. I guess he doesn't have enough houses and, I don't know, Florida and, sorry, did I say houses? Mansions in Florida and Switzerland and Paris. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Mark. But you know what? This will go over really well when he gets together in Davos with all of his globalist buddies. I'm sure Macron is going to be really proud of him, and Keir Starmer is going to be thrilled. Just thrilled. There you go, folks. That's the state of Canada. Not good. Not good. And here's Winnipeg. Yeah, Canada is just not doing great. So here's Winnipeg. He's got the ISIS flag, and he's walking around in sandals. And I haven't seen any reports of explosions in Winnipeg today. If there are any, I'm assuming he'll be at the center of it. No pun intended. So this is good. And Carney told us that Islamic values are Canadian values. He didn't ask anybody before he said that, by the way. He just said it. Maybe he should have asked some people, some Canadians. This is great. That is not a worrying sign at all. At all. That's going to go over. That's going to be great. Only good can come of guy with ISIS flag walking around Winnipeg. I wonder if he's asking himself, like, he looks depressed there, right? I wonder if he's asking himself, how did I end up doing jihad in Winnipeg? I couldn't have done this in Paris or London. Ugh. What was I thinking? Well, they told me you got to go do jihad in Winnipeg. I said, where's Winnipeg? They said, it's in Canada. It's great there. It's nice. It's not cold, is it? Oh, no, it's warm. Just take your sandals. All right, I'll take my sandals. And I was walking around in the sandals with his ISIS flag, thinking, I couldn't have done jihad in Miami. Those jerks, they lied to me. Well, I guess at least I'll get those 72 virgins. That'll be good. That'll be worth it then. Pseudo Survivor says, I like that the ISIS guy is walking in sandals. Well, I just said ISIS told him that it was warm in Winnipeg. They lied to him. So take your sandals. You'll be fine. Because they knew if they told him the truth, he wouldn't have wanted to do jihad in Winnipeg. Let's see. What are you guys talking about? Let's go here. Let's get this guy off there. Rosie says, this is good. Amazing how much the climate offices in Canada resemble the U.S. daycare center. Very good point. Excellent point. You're right. Let's go back a little bit. Hold on. Trudeau Survivor says, Canada, quote, we need to reduce our carbon footprint. Also, Canada, we need to increase our population to 100 million people. Yeah, it's just all so idiotic. We're a land of frozen retards, I've said. And I think it's true. Let's see. Izzy says they need more money to they need more people to keep the money flowing. Well, it's, who benefits from it? It's like companies like Rogers and Shaw, right? So they get to provide more cell phone services, more cell phone accounts, right? Who pays for the cell phones? Government pays for it. Right? So just bring in millions of people, tons of refugees. Government's going to buy them a phone. Well, they're going to need an account. Government pays for it. That's who benefits. Tim Hortons benefits. They'll never have to pay over minimum wage ever again. In fact, they can probably get minimum wage down to like $4 an hour now. Bring it right down. That's who benefits from this. Right? When Mark Carney is asked about the temporary foreign worker program, and he says, well, the business leaders come to me and they want more. They're saying they need more. They can't. It's not that they can't function without more foreigners in the country. It's just that they can't make as much money. That's it. Tim Hortons could hire Canadians, even if they have to pay a little more. Well, Canadians would pay a bit more for their donut and their coffee if they were employing Canadians, local people from their community that they knew, right? You'd feel like you were at least contributing to your own community in that sense. We just keep getting that lie. Mark Carney trotting that out again. It just shows you, like, the man is totally soulless. Well, business leaders are telling us we need them. Yes, they need cheap labor that won't complain. All right. Let's see. Trudeau's Forever says Canada would rather let millions of acres burn rather than harvest them for something useful. Well, what happened in Canada was, and the government has been really good over the years. I think it's starting to fall apart now, but been really good at putting out data about the country, basically everything. So I made a video about a couple of years ago about the forest fires, and I went back and looked at the controlled burns, and this was something that records have been kept, as well as how many acres burned, hectares burned, all of that. You can find all of that. I've used all that in videos, but in this one I was looking at precautionary burns, right? Where they'll go in and they'll burn part of the forest. They used to do this close to cities for obvious reasons, right? And this is all records have been kept of all of this, and you can see the number of controlled burns go down. So it was quite high. I mean, they were pretty responsible with it in the 60s and the 70s. And then you start getting into the 80s and the 90s, and in some provinces it went down to zero, and for a long time, zero, none. And what happened was residents were complaining about the smoke, so they just stopped doing the controlled burns. And then next thing you know, Kelowna's burning. Well, there's a reason they used to do the controlled burns to prevent that from happening. And then Jasper, another case, and then the government blames it on climate change. No, it's awful policy, totally irresponsible, reckless policy, almost as if they wanted something to happen so they could blame it on climate change. I mean, it's not that they weren't warned. They were being warned. They were being warned, and they ignored it. Especially with Jasper. It's a great case. They were warned for years. You have to do something about this. And then they blame it on climate change, obviously. Let's see. Let's see. Rosie says, I thought Spambot said last night that no one wears sandals during winter. I know somebody who does wear sandals during the winter, by the way. So, let's see. And I will take out the garbage with sandals on, but I'm not in Alberta with a foot of snow. Spambot says the jobs with the highest number of pedos are teachers and priests. Well, they will go to jobs where obviously they have access to victims, right? Although, the thing with the priests, the Catholic priests, the scandal was not that it was like all the priests were doing this. No, it was a very small number. It's just that the scandal was that the Vatican was moving, the Catholic Church was moving them around. They weren't just admitting it, right? They were hiding it and then moving them to different parishes. That was the scandal. It's not that everybody was a victim of no, it was a very few. It's just that they were moving them around. They weren't, it was a cover up, basically. Let's see. Spambot says, I said no normal person wears sandals in winter. Well, that's not normal. I'll give you that. Let's see. All right, I'm going to skip down a little bit. Spambot says, I will take out the garbage barefoot in all weather except freezing rain. Why barefoot in any weather? That's what I don't understand. You got some flip-flops. Let's see. JDL makes a great point. Hit the like button, everyone. How you doing, JDL? Hit the like button, everybody. Get your free good karma. Go for it right now and subscribe to the channel and stuff. Let's see. And JDL says, starting to mend. We're really glad to hear that. Awesome. Let's see. What are we at? What do we got now? All right. So we're actually on our last bookmark of the evening now. We're an hour and 25 in. So yeah, we'll probably wrap it up in about in about half an hour. All right. What's this here? Betty, all this happened with my white uniforms once. I would like to remind everybody, these are things that the audience has sent in, so don't blame me. A red sock got into my white load. Yep. 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 All right. What's this here? Okay. I was watching the video of the first picture and I found my grandson's twin. Am I right? Am I right? This one's a little better. There we go. That's got, it's the deer with the stuff on his head, dried grass on his head or something. And that's the same picture. That's the same picture. That's pretty much exactly correct. Okay. I give this one's a win. Thumbs up for this one. All right. Critical thinking problem solver. This is kind of funny, actually. This is a good one. Let's take a look.
There, look. Can you spin it on your finger?
Are you spinning? He's spinning.
I tell you what, normally I hate babies, but you know, this baby here, this baby's all right. This baby's all right. Let's see, what do we got next? There is no remedy for love, but to love more. Henry David Thoreau. So let's watch this. This is a tearjerker, this one. Let's take a peek. It's a little sappy.
I found a love.
Oh, God damn it. No, we're not doing the song. Forget that. Song goes off. Boom. All right. Let's try to get. You don't need the song anyway. There we go. He's helping her out. Look at this one, though. I don't know about this one. I think he's trying to murder her, actually. I think he got caught, though, and he took it off. Let's see. There they are. Is that? That's nice. Aw. Aw. That's nice. That's nice. Isn't that nice? That's nice. You know, maybe one day. I mean, it won't happen for me because as soon as they come out with those sexy, like made robots, Tesla robots, you know, I'm afraid Princess Baloney's back out on the street. But for other people, I imagine this will be nice. I mean, it'll be me, you know, with my sexy made robot until it terminates me. And I'm fine with that. I'm willing to live with that. Probably. I don't know. I mean, that's my plan, right? That's my plan. Don't tell Princess Baloney. Let's see. Lesson here. Don't hang over a boat playing with fish when there are crocs about. Uh-oh. We better check this out. What's going on here?
I want to walk backwards so I can grab you. So just keep it tight all the time. Yeah. Do you need a hand? Oh! Fuck! Fuck hell!
It didn't take the fish, though.
Holy shit! There it is.
Oh, it got the fish.
Christ!
Yeah, I got the fish. The fish is like, thanks for nothing.
Where's the fun of my fish?
Yikes. Well, he almost became crocodile food there, so yeah, don't do that. What's this? Nike said no to a shocking ad that crossed the line. Let's take a look. Hold on. Let's take a look. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Rosie says, are you saying that Princess is not listening to every syllable you utter? No, hopefully not. Hopefully not. Let's see. Anyway, yeah, I like that ad, actually. I think it's a good one. It's a little macabre, I will say, but it's funny. It's good. I like it. They should have done that. They should have done this instead of that. I don't know. Didn't they do a bunch of one with just a bunch of fat ladies doing nothing? Let's see. From Camus, Brett Weinstein and Joe Rogan on the modern boss babe trope. Now, I'm interested to see what Brett Weinstein has to say about this, because he is an old school liberal at the end of the day. So I'm interested to see his take on this.
Right. Well, I think, I don't, there are plenty of voices out there that are focusing on the defects of modern women. I don't want to add to that chorus, but I do think there is something shocking about the degree to which young women seem to have signed up for the idea that being liberated, that the measure of whether or not they have been liberated is how much they are behaving like men at their worst.
Right. Like the boss lady is the lady that behaves like a man at work.
Behaves like a man at work. Treating sex very casually is not a normal thing for females to do. And
right. And it's in a lot of films, it's shown as a sign of character for the woman.
Exactly.
The woman's just a boss bitch and she doesn't give a fuck. And she kicks these men to the curb and they're distraught and they're like emotionally wrecked. And she's just back to business. Get to work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Weird.
The whole thing is weird.
Because it's so unattractive too.
It's really unattractive.
Yeah.
It's why the kind of girl boss trope failed so miserably. It's why the girl boss trope failed so miserably for Hollywood, is that they have to write strong female characters. And this is being written by a bunch of like leftist writers, and with no life experience, apparently, who just think that they were written as like the worst men, like men that other men don't like, just jerks. And they have no like character arc. They're start out awesome at everything, right? So there's not really any struggle for them. And yes, along the way, like if you watch the first Alien movie, like the movie Alien, the first one, Sigourney Weaver, she is a strong woman in that role. She's like one of the greatest characters in science fiction movies, maybe the best one. And she is still a female. She's still a woman. Like she doesn't act like a man. She doesn't act like a man who's just an a-hole, right? She's a woman, she's feminine, and she's terrified throughout the whole movie. And she's compelling because she's very brave. She's extremely courageous, and she has to fight through her terror, which you would feel, right? And she's not doing it with physical strength. She's not beating up 6'3" Marines or something, right? It's just her courage and her cleverness and her determination, right? And in that last part of the movie where she's in the escape pod and she realizes that the alien's in there with her, she's just in her underwear in that scene, right? So she is really just almost naked, like totally as vulnerable as you can be. And that, I think that was intentional from the director. And she wins through her ingenuity and just her ability to fight through her fear. She's not being a man. The whole time it feels like a woman. It doesn't feel like a woman pretending to be a man. And somewhere along the way that just got lost, And I think a lot of it is just that they bringing in new, younger writers who have no experience in life. They didn't do anything else, They never done anything. They're just they went to university and then they got out and they started doing this and they got jobs for DEI reasons, and that's just was enough. They filled in some blanks that the studios need to fill in, and that's enough. Anyway, women are not men, and they shouldn't try to pretend to be men, and they don't do it right anyway. When they're pretending to be men, they don't understand men, and so they get it completely wrong, and then the character is not compelling to women or men. Let's see. John Lefebvre, a big L for the men and women are the same crowd. So, Battle of the Sexes 2025. World number 1, Arina Sabalenka versus world number 671, Nick Kyrgios. And he's also injured. They even gave her a smaller court. Kyrgios wins in straight sets. We've heard from women tennis players in the past, like Serena Williams, say, if I played, Andy Murray, it would be 6-0, 6-0, 6-0. It's just different. It's just the speed, the power. It's completely different. Now, Nick Kyrgios, he must be getting near retirement age now. He used to be really good, but a decade ago, he never won a Grand Slam or anything, but he was a pretty good player, kind of erratic, a loose cannon. And so he never reached his full potential. But again, he must be getting near retirement age. Injured, 671 in the world. Hadn't played competitively, I think, for about like a year and a half or something. And he easily won 6-3. And even they even gave her a smaller court. See, as you can see here, right? So he's got to try and get the ball into this smaller area. She's got the larger area, and still it doesn't matter. The speed, the power. She talked about the power in the interview after.
It's Nick Kyrgios that secures victory. It's Nick Kyrgios that secures victory in the battle of the sexes.
Now, she has won, I think, she's in the prime of her career. World number 1. She's won, I think, 4 Grand Slams. And yeah, it's easy for him. It's easy for him. This is why a lot of girls and women are getting really upset if, like, for instance, if this guy put on a dress and then went on the women's tour, he would just win every single game. He'd win every tournament. And it does expose how just silly and ridiculous the whole thing is. All right, let's go back to the chat for a second. What are you guys saying? JDL says, I'm draft age in Ukraine. Yikes. Let's see. Well, are they lowering the draft there? I think they're under big pressure to lower the draft age from 25 to 18. Maybe they've done it since. I don't think so, but a lot of from the Lindsey Graham types are just, absolute. Oh, all your 18-year-olds need to die as well. I mean, the reason that it's at 25 and above, and I think the average age on the front line is like, I think in the mid 40s at this point for the Ukrainians, which is really sad. But the reason is because if they send in the 18 to 25s, they're just done. They're done as an ethnicity, the Ukrainians, if they do that. It's just over. Let's see. Spambot says, I am draft age for coffin fitting. That's a pretty good one. Let's see. Oh, the fish. Trudeau Survivor says, lift me up higher, you retard. Yeah, they weren't doing that fish any favors there. Crocodile, yes. Trudeau Survivor says, Kamala boss. I'm speaking. I'm speaking. Oh, that was awful when she did that, wasn't it? It was just awful.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
No, I don't. Trudeau Survivor says, how did Sigourney Weaver end up politically? Did she escape the mind virus? I don't think so. I think she is a libtard, I believe. Just not like super out there libtard. Or maybe just not enough people care about what she has to say. I don't know. Believe libtard, though. Trudeau Survivor says they made her court smaller. Yes, they have to handicap him, right? To even for her to just get 3 games in a set, they've got to handicap it. All right. Canuck Six Trigger, how you doing? Says, please, the cackle is stunning. The Kamala cackle. I know. All right. What's this? J Gen Xer posted this. This is Honey. All right. So yeah, this is the best response video right here. So let's take a look. Best reaction video ever. Let's take a look.
Hi! Can you tell me about your dog?
This is Honey. He is a gay, gender fluid, golden retriever Afghan hound mix.
Yes!
I am not associated with that dog. What a mess. What a mess. Oh, good Lord. What a mess. Like it's maybe it's mean to say so, but I guess this whole woke thing has been a massive opportunity for people who would not get any attention otherwise. Can't do anything, no discernible talents, but they got this now. They got this. Yikes. I don't think it's healthy. Is that it? Whoa, that's everything. That's everything we got. Is that it? We're an hour and 42 in. And the sad thing is that this is the last stream for like 2 weeks. But what am I supposed to do? There's not that much going on right now, folks. There's not that much going on. I got all the good stuff. All the good stuff I could find, you know? I don't know. I'm kind of burnt out, too. I got to be honest with you. I'm looking forward to having a bit of time of just letting my brain rest, driving around endlessly, avoiding newcomer semis so I don't get crushed. Focusing more on not getting crushed by newcomer truck drivers. Spambot says, I think coconuts have more brain mass than any liberal, Canada, or Democrat USA politician. I think you're right. It's not that they're all stupid. It's just that they're malevolent, right? Trudeau Survivor says, I don't want to know how she knows her dog is gay. Ew. Yuck. Ooh. She seems pretty certain of it, though. Spambot says, did you check all the memes I sent to your ex inbox? Well, I checked I checked it a couple hours before we went live. So I don't know. I got everything that was in there up at about 4 o'clock, I think. Up until about 4 o'clock. Hold on a second. What's going on? Just checking the ads, but it's not even any point. It's like 13 cents. I'm not even like, if it's $1, I'll do the ad. If it's $1.10, I'll do the ad. If it's 80 cents, I'll do the ad. If it's 13 cents, I'm like, I don't know. I really want to do that. I really want to hurt my throat doing an ad. All right. That should be good, Spambots. There wasn't anything else in there. All right. Well, let's, before we go, I don't know. Maybe we'll do a little bit more. Hold on a second. Maybe we'll just do like some random Let's see what comes up in the feed. How about that? Still a little bit early. Let's see. Ooh, what's this? Elon Musk says because fraudsters want to kill him for telling the truth. Ooh, this is spicy. Jay Plemons posted this. Nick Shirley reveals he's facing serious threats after exposing billions in alleged Minnesota fraud. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. They're psychopaths. The left are psychopaths, and they celebrate when their enemies are assassinated. We know that. We saw it.
They're so mad. The Somalians are so mad because can you imagine for years you're at the dinner table talking with your family about how everything's good. Oh, we don't need to worry because the government and whatnot. I mean, 81% of these people are on welfare, but on top of that, they're collecting millions of dollars for these companies, tax exempt, by the way, especially the daycares. So can you imagine how mad they are now? Like that's why they're right now. There's like people are so upset. Like there's like bounties on me here in Minnesota because people are so upset as far as the fraud that's being exposed because they know their time's up and they know everyone's just sick and tired of this happening inside their own state and across America.
What have some of those threats been?
Yeah, there was apparently like a bolo that they used. That's the word that some people told me was on me, and I can't reveal too much just because I don't want to reveal. But like, yeah, lots of messages, death threats, obviously on social media, and then it's just not the most safe thing for me to be moving around freely right now.
I think that's fair. I mean,
it is beyond shameful that Nick Shirley has to uncover this fraud. It's just beyond shameful. It is shameful that the media forces just regular people, regular citizens, to go out and do their work for them because they refuse to do it, because they're not journalists. You know? Because they're not journalists, because they're propagandists, they're activists. It is shameful. It is to the detriment of civilization. Right? It's not good. I mean, thankfully, the void is being filled, but it should never have to be in the first place. I mean, they wonder why people don't trust them, why people don't trust institutions anymore. This is why. All right. Elon Musk said, because fraudsters want to kill him for telling the truth. Yes, exactly. Let's see. Well, that's that there. So what are you guys saying here? Let's see. Oh, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Anybody else getting tired? Forgot that it's Tuesday. You know what day Tuesday is, right? That's our special day that we negotiated. And everybody, including Spambot, was fine with that agreement. That we agreed that if we get tired on a Tuesday night, which it is tonight, if we get tired and we need a little bit of extra energy on a Tuesday night, which everybody agreed to, including Spambot, but we agreed that if we just need that extra bit of energy, if we've already had our coffee, had our espressos, smoked crack, had that blue meth from Breaking Bad, chewed on, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 polar bear adrenal glands, and still we're not getting that kick to get us through the rest of the stream. And what could get us through the rest of the stream? I can't even think right now what could give us the kind of energy that we...
energy.
Teapot. Oh, now I'm going. Now I'm raring to go. Pick me back up. I feel like a new man now that I got that they, them energy. Still not sure they're sending their best spokespeople, though. Feel like they could do better. Oh, there we go. Now I'm ready to go. Now I could go another 4 hours. Judo Survivor says, can't end 2025 without they, them energy, but chocolate is optional. Oh, wait a second. We got to do the chocolate now. All right, hold on. Got to do the chocolate. Forgot about the chocolate. I always forget about the chocolate. Sorry, the chocolate. Chocolate. Okay, let's bring it up. Let's see what comes up. 2 chocolate cake. So it's a... Well, those aren't chocolate. Those are cats. Let's see. What do we got here? Like chocolate. Like why they bring up that other crazy one from L.A. as well. What's her name? The Congresswoman. There we go. Hot chocolate from 1816. Look at that. Everybody's going to be happy. Rosie's going to be very happy with that, I'm sure. There we are. Now I have fulfilled my obligation, so we can turn it off. But look at that. That does look good. Looks very good. All right. Oh, Nevada's got a link. Oh, now there's like 5 million links. I'm going to control my anger. Link monkey. Fetch me my links. Post haste. All right, let's go. Let's do the link monkey thing. Makes me feel like dirt. Let's do it though. What's this? He done shopping. Oh, the dog. Look at that. He's done shopping. He's had enough. That's me, by the way. That's me. After 7 minutes. 7 minutes and 27 seconds. That's me. I'm done. I'm an expert shopper. I've learned what I can handle, what I can tolerate. So a mall, department store, whatever. 5 minutes and 20 seconds. I'm in, I'm out. I know how it's. I'm in and out. Everything is done. Christmas shopping, maybe 17 minutes. Let's see. What's this one? Here's one from Spam. Let's check it out. Hold on. All right, what do we got here? What is this? Okay, hold on. What's going on here? Quality Learing Center. Oh, there's the squad. Nice. Is there music on this?
Welcome to the Learing Center, where learning is option. Never mind. Welcome to the Trap House.
Yeah, I can't play the music. But you guys get the point. Yeah, basically that's it, right? That's basically it. Let's see. Next. Oh, wait a second. Trudeau survivors. Something wonderful has happened. It's a Christmas miracle. Trudeau survivor sent in a Rumble rant, $5. Let's do this right now. You know what it means. That's a sweet $5 from Trudeau Survivor. That means Trudeau Survivor is the best person ever. And I mean, surviving Trudeau, that's no small feat as well. Best person ever. I don't care who your heroes are, your heroes from history. Don't care. All human garbage compared to Trudeau Survivor, who is the real hero with his Rumble rant. Best person ever. One more time. For the best link monkey. Well, thanks. That's so sweet. Let's see. Trudeau Survivor is saying that Sigourney Weaver has TDS. I suspected she did. I suspected the typical Hollywood libtard. And let's take a peek here. All right, here we go. Sigourney Weaver destroys Donald Trump. Destroys Donald Trump. You know what? I feel like we might be a little bit disappointed with this whole destroying bit.
MOT, Mit out Trump respite, which actually has made me feel much better. I know it's selfish, and I'm in denial,
you
but
can't
still,
leave
I'm
us
grateful.
here alone. No getting unknown here gets out, Sigourney
Believe
Weaver.
me, it catches
Where
up
did
very
you go
quickly.
to get away?
We went to Hawaii.
You know that's still in the United States, right? You know he's still president of there too.
He may not know that.
But apparently she doesn't know that. I don't see the destroying part here. Libtard. Sigourney Weaver. Yeah, sorry. She's canceled. I just canceled Sigourney Weaver. She's done. It's over, Sigourney. Sorry. Look, we gave you a chance. You blew it. All right? You already blew it with Aliens 5. That was bad enough. What's this? Juanita Broderick. Want to have better conversations? Ask people questions that give them an opportunity to talk about themselves. For example, what the hell is wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you? All right. What's this next one? A link monkey. Fetch me my links. We got another one here. Got one from Spam here. I mean, I will say that 99 out of 100, I say 90 out of 100 are pretty good. Oh, that's the same one. Okay, hold on. That was the Spam bot one. Got another one here. Let's go back. Hold on. Da-da. I just have to check and make sure it's the right thing. All right, here we go. What is this? How much for this unfurnished apartment? How much for this furnished apartment? John Wick. Sir, this is a gun store. Not for John Wick, it's not. Not for John Wick. All right. Well, that's it. Aliens 5. Let's see. 33 degrees out, says JDL. 33 degrees. All right. Well, I guess I got everybody's links. Let's see. Static image link. Best person ever. All very good. Singing minivan. JD Nevada says. Spambot says, I feel sick now. I feel sick now. After the day that look, listen. Everybody knows Spambot hates. He has a physical revulsion to they, them energy. He used to give thumbs down to the stream when we did the they, them energy. That's why we had to have the negotiations. This is when we could have it, because we were split. I find it hilarious. It's just so dumb. It's just surreal how incredibly stupid it is. And there's about half of us that feel that way. And then there was, it used to be, I think. Now most people have come around to also finding hilarious, but not Spambot. Spambot is very set in his ways. He's very sensitive to woke, actually. It actually has a revulsion, maybe an actual physical allergy to it, possibly. But he's not joking around. Like it disturbs him it makes him feel ill. But it can't all be about Spambot. So there's some of us that still want to laugh at the they, them energy lady. So we had to negotiate. It was hard negotiations. We didn't get as much of the they, them energy as I would have liked. We settled on Tuesday nights and then any other random nights that we do. Instead of, we normally do Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. And then any other night, an extra one, we could do they, them energy as well. And then also for Rosie, we had to show chocolate if we do the they, them energy. And then it all worked out. We all signed off on it. Everything great. The stream could move ahead. Radio Baloney could move ahead. We had it finally all settled. It was a negotiation done. But Spam still, I think we need to give him credit. He's living by our agreement. He still complains, but he's living by the agreement. We got to give him credit, even though it makes him physically ill. So I think that poor man has seen too much woke. He's seen too much. He's got woke PTSD, I think. All right. Anyway, what was I talking about? What was I talking about? I don't know. Let's see. Anything else? Maybe we'll go take a look at here. So one more thing. We're 2 hours in, but it is being revealed, Right Angle News Network, it is being revealed a whistleblower inside Minnesota's DHS, Scott Stillman, uncovered the Somalian daycare fraud network in 2018, accurately citing figures of 100 million in fraud and stating that Al-Shabaab was being funded with it, this terrorist group in Somalia. But Tim Walz did nothing. Holy jeez.
His computer forensics director. He also alleged money from the daycare fraud was being sent to fund terrorists in Somalia. $100 million figure came from Scott Stillman, a former Department of Human Services computer forensics director. He also alleged money from the daycare fraud was being sent to fund terrorists in Somalia. $100 million figure came from
Yeah, just super corruption. All right, we got one more link. Maybe we'll do this one last link, and then we're going to get out of here. All right. Mic drop truth bomb. Let's take a look. Bro woke up and decided to cook. All right, let's see. What's going on here?
How many genders are there?
2.
What are they?
Male, female.
What about the people that say there's like 20 different types?
Well, there's 2 genders and a near infinite number of mental illnesses.
How many genders are there?
2.
What are they?
Male, female.
Fact check true. Fact check true. All right. Well, that was Spambot's response to the they them energy. All right. All right. That's it. We're done. That's it, everybody. I would like to wish everybody a happy new year. Sounds like everybody had a pretty decent Christmas. But I'd like to wish everybody a happy new year. I will not be here tomorrow night. I got just too much because I'm leaving on Thursday morning. And so, yeah, I just don't have, I just can't do it on I cannot do a New Year's Eve stream, although I would like to. Probably next year I'll probably do one. I probably shouldn't have planned to leave on the 1st, but I just wasn't thinking. Her side eye is the best part of the last clip. Spambot says it's true. It's true. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for showing up. If you guys weren't here, it would be super boring. You know that. I tell you that every single time. Have a great new year, everybody. I will be gone until the 13th. I'll be back on the 13th. And yeah, I guess that's it. Brian Lynch, Happy New Year, folks. I hope in the midst of this insanity, I might need a straitjacket myself after 2025. Probably. They'll be mass producing the straitjackets. Canuck Six Stringer says, Happy New Year. Nevada says, be careful, Richie. I'm going to be very careful for the newcomers in the trucks trying to crush me. There's lots of them now. Streamer says, later, man. Also, hello, my fellow degenerates. You came right in at the end. Let's see. JDL, it's got a thumbs up. All right. An applause. Nevada's got the thumbs up. That's it. Night all, as he says, well, that's it. Again, this has been a crazy year. There's been a lot that happened this year. A lot. But I guess we'll talk about it when I get back. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. My brain hurts. Here's the thing. I'm going to come back super fresh, just supercharged, super energetic, and we're going to have a great 2026. It's going to be awesome. We're going to get the liberals out here. You guys are going to win. You guys in the States are going to win the midterms. It's all going to be good. And yeah, let's just go win with that attitude. All right, everyone. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Good night.